Still undefeated. Umar Nurmagomedov edges Cory Sandhagen. Umar Nurmagomedov calls for title shot after shutting down Cory Sandhagen in UFC Abu Dhabi main event. Before you proceed, don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button and share for more updates on Savage fights. Umar Nurmagomedov is gunning for gold after the biggest win of his career in the UFC Abu Dhabi main event. Despite numerous takedown attempts being stopped by Cory Sandhagen over 5 rounds, Nurmagomedov always had a plan B, which included some impressive boxing and a relentless pace that just did not slow down. In the moments when Nurmagomedov did get the fight to the ground, he threatened Sandhagen at every turn, which forced the veteran bantamweight contender to play defense far more than he unleashed his offense during the fight. When it was over, the judges scored the fight 50-45, 49-46 and 49-46, with Nurmagomedov remaining undefeated with the unanimous decision win. "He was more tough than I expected," Nurmagomedov said about Sandhagen. "This guy is really tough. I think I deserve the win today. I feel like I beat him in every single round. I tried to take him down, but he had good defense. I have to believe in my striking. From the second round, I was beginning to feel I can beat him in striking too." Facing constant threats with Nurmagomedov's wrestling, Sandhagen showed off that remarkable takedown defense over and over again as he shrugged off the attempts to drag him to the canvas. Even when Nurmagomedov was able to briefly take the back, Sandhagen displayed great skill as he scrambled free and reset on his feet again. In the striking exchanges, Sandhagen was getting the better of Nurmagomedov early, but he was still wary not to overextend himself to put himself in a bad position. A leaping left hand from Sandhagen started to land more consistently, but he still had to fend off some very creative wrestling coming back at him from Nurmagomedov. While Sandhagen was very impressive defensively, his usually dangerous striking was essentially negated due to the threat of Nurmagomedov's wrestling and grappling. That also allowed Nurmagomedov to start showing off his boxing as he started connecting on punches, with Sandhagen clearly readying himself to shut down the wrestling. Late in the 4th round, Nurmagomedov had really began establishing a devastating right hand that he was throwing with power and accuracy. He connected with that punch several times, but more importantly, he made Sandhagen consider his strikes, which then allowed him to drag the fight back down to the ground again. With his coaches urging him to get busier and take more changes, Sandhagen tried to turn the tables on Nurmagomedov with more aggression, but that actually backfired in the end. Nurmagomedov actually secured his best position on the ground, getting inside Sandhagen's guard and maintaining control from the top position until the fight was over. A dejected Sandhagen didn't dispute the scorecards, while giving Nurmagomedov credit on a job well done. "He's real good," Sandhagen said. "I knew he was going to be real good. He beat me tonight. There's nothing more I can say about it. Congrats to him. He's going to fight for the belt next. He'll probably win, and then I'll catch up to him and fight him again." With the win, Nurmagomedov undoubtedly rockets towards the top of the division, and he'll keep a close eye on the UFC 306 main event, where Sean O'Malley defends his bantamweight title against Merab Dvalishvili. "Title shot," Nurmagomedov declared about what's next for him. "I don't worry who's going to win between these two. It doesn't matter for me who's going to be next. Just give me title shot. O'Malley, Merab, or someone else, it doesn't matter. I'm here. Now guys, talk how I beat nobody. Cory number 2, ranked in the world. Now you can cry, I'm coming for you." MMA Fighting has UFC Abu Dhabi results for the Sandhagen vs Nurmagomedov fight card, live blogs for the top 5 fights, and more from the Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, on Saturday afternoon. In the main event, Cory Sandhagen will to hand Umar Nurmagomedov his first career loss in a key bantamweight contest. Sandhagen has won his past 3 fights. Sharam Magomedov and Michael Oleksiejczuk will compete in the co-main event in a middleweight fight. Sandhagen is in the process of scoring his second shot at UFC Gold. His failed bid against Petr Yan back in 2021 marked a turning point in his career, as the Sandman has upped his game and won 3 straight dominantly since that defeat. Meanwhile, Nurmagomedov is the most hyped man at bantamweight. That last name certainly helps, but it's hard to argue with a 17-0 professional record. It's been difficult getting Nurmagomedov in the cage opposite ranked opposition, so he'll get a big opportunity here by leapfrogging all the way up to the number 2 ranked contender. Round 1. Both men open with low kicks, and Nurmagomedov jumps on an early single-leg takedown. He tries to jump the back as Sandhagen stands, but Sandman escapes. A big early test is passed for the American, who digs another low kick. Nurmagomedov times a single leg well, but Sandhagen stuffs it after an extended exchange. More low kicks from both. Nothing too devastating has landed upstairs for either man. Nurmagomedov times a double perfectly to end the round, but he's not able to really establish control. Close round, but for my money, Sandhagen's low kicks were the most damaging shots. 10-9 Sandhagen. Round 2. Nurmagomedov utilizes a beautiful limp arm to sneak behind Sandhagen, but the striker escapes quickly anyway. Back in open space, Sandhagen lands a nice left. Nurmagomedov lands a couple short shots from his back foot. Nurmagomedov is more active, but a lot of his shots are glancing off the guard. With a minute remaining, Nurmagomedov tries to pull Sandhagen to the floor. He nearly takes the back but cannot control Sandhagen, who is able to escape yet again. Another close round. 10-9 Nurmagomedov. Round 3. Sandhagen's superior kicks win the early exchanges. Lots of jabs and low kicks from each man. Nurmagomedov once again times a shot well, but cannot keep Sandhagen down for more than a brief moment. The Russian lands a right hand over the top. Not a lot of power punches landing for either. Sandhagen lands a knee, but is taken down in the closing seconds of the round. All three of these rounds are razor close. 10-9 Nurmagomedov. Round 4. Sandhagen a bit more aggressive to start the fourth. Good left hook scores for Sandhagen. Another. That might be his shot. Sandhagen takes a right downstairs. Nurmagomedov looking to counter and land low kicks. Good 1-2 from the Russian. The two trade left hooks. Sandhagen gets back to the low kick. Nurmagomedov scores a takedown in the final minute, but establishes no real control. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is a brutally close round yet again. 10-9 Sandhagen. Round 5. Stiff jab from Nurmagomedov starts the final frame, and the live odds have Nurmagomedov as a huge favorite. Sandhagen tries a single leg into a left hook that just misses. Good body shot from Umar, then a counter combo after Sandhagen misses an overhand. Sandhagen connects with a cross. Nurmagomedov shoots a beautiful single leg, denies a submission attempt, and lands in the guard. Sandhagen forces the scrambles, but cannot shake Nurmagomedov this time around. Nurmagomedov rides top position to the bell, making for a strong finish and the more clear-cut round of the fight. 10-9 Nurmagomedov.